Hi guys, welcome to AdamMcKola TV. This is the live preview for Manchester United's trip to St Mary's to take on Southampton in the Premier League. Our last away trip in the Premier League, we dropped 2 points against Stoke City. So United will be looking for a better result this time around. Of course though, Manchester United, we go into this game in a lot of form, in a lot of confidence and scoring plenty of goals. Southampton on the other hand, come into this game in inconsistent form, despite the fact that they beat Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace. Everyone's beat Crystal Palace this season. They beat Crystal Palace 1-0 at Selhurst Park, and they did get 3 points. They're sitting ninth at the moment, despite their inconsistent form. And at home against Manchester United, it's the perfect opportunity for them to get a good result and turn things around and get their season really on an upturn. So they will be up for this one. It's a big game for Manchester United. And I think, is it 6 out of our next 7 games are away from home? So we've got loads of away games coming up as well, either side of the international break. It's going to be an interesting one for Manchester United. A big test as well for us. Manchester City have got Crystal Palace at home. So it's vital that we match or better their result. They're likely to get a win as well. So big game for Manchester United. And welcome everybody to the Manchester United against Southampton, or the Southampton against Manchester United preview. I'm going to dive into your comments very soon, but what I'm going to tell you is what we've got coming up for you. Now, I have got a video, apart from the fact that I'll be doing live reaction from St Mary's tomorrow, I've also got a video coming up for you this weekend from the FIFA 18 launch party, where I spoke to loads of people. I spoke to Alex Hunter, you know who Alex Hunter is. I spoke to him. Wretch32 was there. I spoke to Manny Official, so FIFA Manny, I spoke to him. Rio Ferdinand was about, Dele Ali was about, Alexander Lacazette was about, was with Cheeky Sport rather. So I've got that video coming up for you this weekend as well. I'm excited to be releasing that one. A great interview with Alex Hunter in there too. So that'll be coming up for you very soon. So plenty of action going down, but this is the Southampton against Manchester United preview. And in today's video, we'll be going through all the talking points. I'll be answering your questions. I'll be giving you my team prediction as well as my scoreline prediction. But before we do that, we have got a commercial seal, guys. The guys at Quiff have sponsored this live preview. So little commercial seal. And the link is in the description below for the app, which is on the Android or the Apple Store. So you can get it on either of your devices. If you're placing a bet this weekend, if you're over 18, of course, bet responsibly as well. If you're not going to have a bet, don't even bother. But Quiff is the place to be if you're going to have a bet. You may have seen the television ads recently, and they are giving random acts of kindness out. So basically, how it goes down is you download the app, log in, tap the rocket, choose your selections, whether it's a single or an ACCA, place your bet. And then what Quiff do is they supercharge your bets. So you could be getting 4-3 like this one here. And then it gets charged to 13-5. And a fiver would win you 72 quid. When before that, a fiver would have won you about £10. So it's an absolutely fantastic little bit of work they've got going on there. Not all bets will be increased, but none of your bets go down. And they can be supercharged after you place your bet as well. So you may even get a little bit of a surprise. So if you're placing a bet this weekend, download the Quiff app. The link is in the description below. Tap that rocket and get your Quiff on. There you have it, guys. That is today's commercial seal. And thank you for bearing with me with that. Anyway, I'm going to dive into your questions now. Guys, how are you doing? I am in the comments. I'm in the questions. Get hitting that like button. Hasib, how are you doing? He said he drew Ronaldo yesterday. What do you mean? You drew him in a raffle? You drew him where? Queefed, says Captain Obvious. Reminds me of a great South Park episode if you guys watch South Park. I am going to talk about United, Dave, so get your questions in. Rashford's got injured. That's why he came off, says Anthony Martial. He did look like he had a little knock, but I don't think he's too injured. And I think he could have been brought off with Saturday in mind. We will, of course, be talking about whether we would go with Martial or Rashford. So that is one of the big discussion points today. Tobias says Martial needs to start, but I bet he won't. And Jose Mourinho was speaking about Anthony Martial in his press conference today. And he was speaking about the player's confidence and how good he's playing at the moment. And I was sitting there thinking, I bet he doesn't start on Saturday after him said that. But I mean, he's not obliged to start him. Martial also played well. Lukaku's likely to come back in. Mkhitaryan's likely to come back in. So Jose Mourinho isn't obliged to play Martial. Me personally, I'd play him. I think he's fucking excellent. But then you're possibly leaving out Marcus Rashford, who's also fucking excellent. And the fact that we've got Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial fighting for a spot down that left-hand side, they both can provide cover at the number 9 position. And we could even potentially play them both with Lukaku in a front three. So we've got plenty of options with them. And the fact that they're battling together will push each other on. I'm sure about that too. Those guys pushing each other on, coming on as a sub for the other one, scoring a goal, doing all that stuff. I'm sure that will drive each other on to better themselves. And they've got a competitive relationship, but they've also got a very, very good relationship as well. And they're friends first. So that's great to see. Also, get hitting that like button, guys. We've got almost 100 people in. We're very, very close to 41,000 subscribers. We're 320 away. So get subscribing if you're not already subscribed. Usman rather says Rashford and Martial 300 million sounds about right. Do I think Luke Shaw will start, says Ines, or when do I think Luke Shaw will start? I don't think he'll start this weekend, but I hope he either comes off the bench in the next couple of games or gets a start here or there. But we need to start getting him involved with the first team again. Lindelof can't handle the Premier, better playing him holding midfield. Let's see how Jose plays against Liverpool away. Martial class. Zlatan will slow our game down. I'd rather have Rashford up top, says Bally B. Siddharth Mahendraka says, do you think Man United versus Man City game will decide who will win the league? The league will never be decided over 2 games. But those 2 games between Manchester United and Manchester City will be very, very crucial. Our record in the big games last season wasn't great. We drew at the Etihad. We lost at home. And even with Chelsea, yes, we did beat them at home, but we got battered away. Against Tottenham, we lost away from home. We beat them at home. Arsenal, we drew at home. We lost away. So when you're looking at the record of us against the bigger sides, Liverpool, we drew at home. We lost away. We drew away as well. So our record wasn't great against the bigger sides. And when you think about the Manchester derbies, they are going to have a huge impact on whether United finish above City or City finish above United. But whether those teams win the league, depends on all 38 games, not just those 2 games. You can win the big games and lose your little games, and you don't win the league. United could have won those games that we drew at home last season, still had the same results against City, and won the league. Because our home form really, really cost us last season. So, yes, I think those games are important, but ultimately I don't think they will decide the league. They'll give great confidence to whoever wins them, and there'll be that momentum shift for whoever does win them. But I don't think they ultimately decide the league, because after that you could beat City, next game you lose, City win, back to normal again. So, yes, they're important, but I don't think they're as important as some people will make out. What else have I got here? Last season was a 0-0 draw with Southampton, which is an interesting one. Excuse me there. Bless me. Even if I do bless myself. Do I think Shaw will be in the squad? I think he'll be in the I think he'll be in the travelling squad. Whether he's included in the match day squad will remain to be seen. He played 45 minutes in the last game, so I'm sure that was a good 45 minutes for him. Maybe if we are comfortable in this game against Southampton, we can bring him off the bench. So I would like him to at least be an option there for Manchester United. Thank you, MU Blaze, Nathaniel Richardson, Mike Franco, James Thompson, Daniel Lepper, Andrew Dean, Usman Fiaz. Thank you guys for getting involved in today's live stream. Manju says, bless you. Thank you very much. Ronan Murphy says, Lukaku chant could be getting banned. Now, I don't really want to sing about a player's dick, to be totally honest with you. And I never really sang the song before that. Although I did like the the fact that it was a Stone Roses tune and all that. And it could have been probably worded better. I don't think whoever made the song is racist. I don't think whoever sang the song was being racist. But what people have to remember is, back in the day, those kind of things were said about African males or black males, and they were derogatory statements back in the day. Now, people may make them statements now because Lukaku's a big lad, or because he's got big boots, or whatever, because we had the Juan Mata tweet with him holding the big boots and everyone commenting under that about, you know, bigger the boot, the bigger the cock or whatever. But regardless of whether the person who made the song or the people who sing the song was being racist, I don't think they were. People just have to remember that back in the day, those kind of things were racist, and those kind of things were used to hold people back. So you just have to be aware of that, really. That's my opinion on it. Shazza Kelly, thank you for getting involved. MU Blaze, how you doing? Bad says cheers. Yes, cheers, guys. It's Friday night. Gotta have a beer on the go. Dan Hall thinks it's going to be 2-0 with Lukaku and Martial scoring. Valencia has adapted as amazing right backs as the footy fans, who I think is a Southampton fan. Alex thinks it's going to be a Lukaku brace and 2-0 United. Don't fall into this race baiting crap. I'm not falling into any crap, mate. Listen to what I was saying before you say any bullshit like that. Thank you very much. Why is the international break before the Liverpool game, says Thomas, the locomotive? We ask ourselves these questions every single season. It's really, really annoying, isn't it? These international break, but piss take. David says, Herrera, what's my views on his role? I hope Ander Herrera starts this game. In fact, in the last game out against Everton in the Premier League, we did win 4-0, but I wouldn't be happy to see Matic and Fellaini start in a game in a midfield too. I think if Matic and Fellaini start, Herrera has to start alongside them. I think Matic and Fellaini is too one-dimensional. I don't think he has enough energy in it. Yes, Matic protects the back four greatly. Yes, Fellaini is playing very well at the moment. But I think we need Herrera's defensive abilities in there as well to mix it up a little bit. Southampton are going to try and win that midfield battle. And I think playing Matic and Fellaini in that would be silly as a two. So if I was going to play both of them, I'd play Herrera as well. And I think that would be good and better for Manchester United. I don't think the midfield was great against Everton. Despite the fact we won 4-0, there were points at the game, particularly in the second half, where we sat off Everton a little bit too much. And the game changed when Ander Herrera came on. Look, Ander Herrera hasn't been starting many games, but there's a place for him in this squad and he's a big part of this team as well. Jose Mourinho knows that, the players know that, and Ander Herrera will know that. Rumours is going to be signing a new contract very, very soon, which is great to hear too. So, Ander Herrera's place in the squad is without doubt. Yes, he hasn't started many games recently, but I don't think that is a huge problem. We've got 150 odd people watching at the moment. Get hitting that like button, and if you're not subscribed, get hitting that subscribe button. Very close to 41,000. Shaw needs to be starting, says Daniel. Herrera will start against Liverpool, says Shaw Howard. It will be 2-1. Goals Martial, Lukaku and Redmond. This is Man United God. Dark Lord says, should Lindelof start? He's not in my predicted starting 11, which I will give to you now as well. This is my predicted... sorry, that's the Quiff ad. This is my predicted team. So I'd go with David De Gea, Valencia, Blind, Jones. Oh, fuck's sake. That's meant to be Bailly, Jones and Blind. Bailly, Jones and Blind. Matic, Herrera, Fellaini, Mickey, Rashford and Lukaku. So my team would be David De Gea, Valencia, Bailly, Jones, Blind, Matic, Herrera, Fellaini. Then I'd go with Mickey. I think Rashford will get a start, and I think Martial would be on the bench, and I think Lukaku is going to go up front. The reason I think Martial will be on the bench and Rashford will start is because I think Rashford will be... He got substituted against Burton firstly, with him on a hat-trick. If he wasn't going to start against Southampton, surely Jose would have left him out there to go and get his hat-trick. He didn't. So I expect Rashford will start and Martial will be on the bench. Martial has a decent record against Southampton. I can remember him scoring a brace in his first season at the club at St Mary's. I was at that game. Great brace from Martial on what was his second game, I think, for the club. So he has got a great record against Southampton, but whether he starts or not, I'm not too sure whether he will. But like I said, I think we'll see this formation. Obviously, excuse the typo. Bailly should be in that Blind position. Blind at left back, Bailly Jones at centre half, De Gea back in between the sticks, Valencia, Matic, Herrera, Fellaini, Mickey, Rashford, Lukaku. That's the lineup I think we'll go with against Southampton. What do you guys think? Get your comments in. If we play in two in midfield, on the right, I'd rather have Lingard on the right than Mata. But Mickey will play on the right. It won't be Lingard or Mata on the right, surely. Amar Yusri says, who's going to play number 10? If we play a 4-2-3-1, then we play a number 10, which would likely be Mata. If you play a 4-3-3, we wouldn't play a number 10. I think this is the first game, though, where we will really miss Paul Pogba. Greetings to you from Amsterdam, says Mata. I'm going to Amsterdam in October. Like and subscribe, says Adam. Yes, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. Solid lineup, says Shaw. Of course, remember Blind for Bailly. I've done a typo there. That's meant to be Bailly and Jones with Blind at left back. Very static midfield, don't you think, says Brandon. Who else have we got to play, mate? Who else have we got to play? Carrick? I don't think Carrick's going to start, given that he played the last game. James points out that I have Blind ×2. I've just mentioned that 3-4 times, mate. I know I've got Blind ×2. It's meant to be Bailly, so I do apologise about that. Let me take that off the screen just to avoid those annoying comments. Gov Bandicoot is in the comments as well. Best version of Juan Mata we have seen at Man United, says Marco Ramos. Now, it's funny that you say that because we did the podcast yesterday, the United Road podcast. The link is in the description below, as is the Volley link, which you can click, and as is the Quiff link, which you can click. So the SoundCloud link is in the description below for the podcast. Subscribe on iTunes and on SoundCloud. On the podcast yesterday, we were talking about various things, but I did mention whether we are getting the best version of Juan Mata, because it certainly feels like that at the moment. Juan Mata, I know he scored a lot of goals at Chelsea and he was instrumental in them winning the Champions League and Europa League. And I know he's scored 10 goals a season at Man United. But I think in terms of his influence on the team, I think in terms of his pulling the strings, all that stuff, Juan Mata has been fantastic for Manchester United, and it's great to see him. Mickey to play number 10. Gorav also says the same thing. I don't mind Mickey from the right, to be totally honest with you. He has the ability to drift in and cause problems. So I don't have an absolute issue with Mickey on the right. Of course, I do think he can cause problems for people from the centre as well. Of course he can. But I have no problem with Mickey from the right. Southampton can't score, don't need 3 in midfield, says Mo Wada. I think Southampton are going to be up for this game. I think they have been poor recently, but they've still got some results. And when you look at Southampton's record, which I'm just bringing up now, they're sitting in 9th, 8 points after 5 games. Their results, they've beaten Crystal Palace away, lost against Watford at home, drew with Huddersfield, lost against Wolves at home in the Cup, beat West Ham at home. West Ham were down to 10 men. Swansea at home drew 0-0. So their record so far this season has been very, very poor. I do appreciate that. But I do think we'll see a different Southampton against Manchester United tomorrow, and I think they will be well and truly up for it. My prediction, though, is 2-0 to Manchester United, or 2-1 to Manchester United. What are your predictions? Get your predictions in. Get liking the video and get subscribing to the channel as well. We're going to keep this stream going. That Mata free kick versus Everton, though, can still hear the post vibrating, says Gov Bandicoot. I caught a video of that as well in my matchday vlog, which you can see up on the channel. The FIFA 18 launch party vlog will be up on the channel over this weekend, probably Sunday, because I've got to go to Southampton tomorrow. I'll be doing a live reaction stream from St Mary's. Then the FIFA 18 vlog will be up on Sunday, And then I have plenty more coming for you as well. I might do an aftermath live when I get in tomorrow night. So plenty more coming up for you this weekend. Also the Premier League review. And that's before we've got the midweek game against CSKA Moscow. Keeping me busy here on youtube.com/AdamMcKola. But I am absolutely loving it. And I'm absolutely loving making all this new content for you as well. So I really do appreciate you guys getting involved with all the streams and all the videos and commenting and liking and sharing. And of course subscribing as well. So thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate it. Akash thinks it's going to be 2-0 United, Lukaku and Martial to score. Mike Franco thinks 3-1. Ines thinks 2-0. Rowetta rocked on the podcast. Call the Cops, says Brian. I haven't checked out that podcast yet, but I will be watching that tonight. The Full-Time Devils podcast also. And also the United Road podcast is up as well. So plenty of podcast action for you. Marco says he's enjoying those match day vlogs. Keep them coming. I will keep them coming. Every game that I'm at and I have a ticket for, I will keep them coming. So at the moment, I haven't got a ticket for Southampton, so there will be no match day vlog. But if I do get a ticket for Southampton, there will be a match day vlog. At the moment, I'm not going to Moscow. No, I went last time and I didn't fancy it this time around. 4-0, Adam, no doubt. Reds on fire, says Matar. I'm coming to Amsterdam. It's on the same weekend as the Liverpool away game. So I'll be looking for somewhere to watch the Liverpool away game. 2-0 United, says Adam. Bad Brad says 4-0. Lukaku hat-trick, says Gorav. Rajat Deep says another 4-0. 4-0 versus Arsenal in October, says Jadine. That would be nice, wouldn't it? 2-1 with a Rashford brace, says Kittredge Evans. Rashford is on absolute fire at the moment, isn't he? It was a joy to watch Manchester United the other day. In fact, it's been a joy to watch Manchester United for most of the season. I know against Everton and Stoke we had sticky patches in the games, but we saw them out. And okay, Stoke we didn't get a result, but Everton we did. And mostly for United this season, our football has been very, very good. The way we've been playing, the way we've been moving. Martial, Rashford, Lukaku, Lingard, Mata. You look at them, they're confident as fuck. Mkhitaryan too. And I know I've complained a little bit about Mkhitaryan, but maybe I shouldn't. Mickey has to take risks in the position that he's in. And some of the things that he's trying to pull off, sometimes they're not going to pull off. The things I've been moaning about, though, is sometimes his passes hold up the play, or he just makes the wrong decision. But ultimately, Mkhitaryan too has been on fire this season. And United are blessed at the moment. But Southampton could be a very, very big test of our credentials. Whilst Man City have got an easier fixture, Crystal Palace at home, of course, anything can happen. But Manchester United going to Southampton away, 3 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday, we rarely get those. But it's a big fixture for United. Yes, Southampton are in a poor form at the moment, but they have players that can cause us problems. Remember the problems Gabbiadini caused us in the League Cup final. They can cause us problems from various areas on the pitch. Shane Long, Redmond, all sorts of these players can cause us problems. Virgil van Dijk likely to make his first start of the season. So when you're taking all these things into consideration, I expect the Southampton fans to be well and truly up for it tomorrow, aiming to get a result against Manchester United. And I'm a little bit worried that they may just be able to do that. But big test for United, and we're in the best shape to take on that test because we're playing great football at the moment. Confidence is flowing high. We've got competition for places, almost a full squad. Everything is rosy in the Manchester United garden at the moment. And even if we did drop points at Southampton, it wouldn't deter me this season, but it wouldn't be the best. So we need to go there and get a result. And I think we will. I'm going for a 2-1 win. I think we'll concede again, but 2-1. And I think it will be a difficult game, but one that will come out on top on. And I think Romelu Lukaku's return could be really, really important. We're very close to 100 likes. So guys, if you haven't hit that like button, it doesn't take you away from the video. All you got to do is hit that like button. The black jersey is sexy, says Thomas. Liking it. Man United can finish second in the league, says Brad. I'm hoping for first, but I do think second is likely. If we don't finish first, obviously. Oi, Cola, what am I drinking? I'm drinking a Budweiser at the moment, although it is nearly finished. George thinks we need to buy a winger in January. Amin says no. I think Martial should start. His control, pace and trickery versus Burton was so good. It was, wasn't it? It'd be cruel to leave him or Rashford out. So could Jose let Rashford, Martial and Lukaku go on Southampton? Can you imagine that? It would probably mean, could we bring Mkhitaryan into the 3. Maybe Matic, Herrera, Mkhitaryan with Rashford, Lukaku, Martial. What do you think about that? Would that work? Would that actually work though? What do you think? What's up, Manchester is Red? Thank you for joining us. Of course, if you've joined us late, you can still get involved with what's been going on. You'll just have to rewind the video once we are finished here. We've been going for about 25 minutes at this moment in time. And we'll keep going for a few more as well. So keep your questions coming in. Ibrahim thinks it's going to be a 2-0 victory. United number 1. Why can't you play all 3? Says Keith. Yes, all 3, says Mo Wada. Hey Matt, just got in. What have I missed? You have missed most of the preview, but you can rewind this video once it's re-uploaded itself, or you can even rewind it now and just watch the rest of it. But this will be uploaded as a match preview later on, so you can of course check that out. MMM in midfield, Mata, Mickey, Martial in behind Lukaku, you're saying? Interesting. Yes, Fishton, how you doing? Liverpool fans think they're going to win the league, says 40 fans 1. I haven't met one that said they're going to win the league. I did at the beginning of the season, but they've gone very, very quiet now. I think the walls are starting to close in on Klopp. I don't think he'll be sacked or anything like that, but I think they're starting to see that he's not this perfect guy that he makes out he is. Yes, he may have a great character and he may make you laugh in interviews, but ultimately he's missed some huge flaws in the Liverpool team that he hasn't addressed. And I think those flaws will ultimately come back to haunt him. Adam says he loves the live streams. Keep them up. I will keep them up. I'm going to keep the match day vlogs up, live streams up, everything coming up for you guys here on AdamMcKola TV. So make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing. And remember, Quiff have sponsored today's live stream. So if you're interested and if you're placing a bet this weekend, hit the link in the description below and download the Quiff app. My team prediction is Valencia, Bailly, not Blind. It says Blind there. It's not Blind. I meant to put Bailly. I put Blind twice. I meant to put Bailly. I put Blind twice. People keep saying, Adam, you do realise Blind there's twice. Yes, I've said it 4 or 5 times, for God's sake. Yes, I do realise Blind there twice. It's a mistake that I made. I make mistakes. I'm just a man. I apologise. I got a great FIFA 18 vlog coming up for you tomorrow, Sunday though. And I got live reaction from Southampton coming up for you tomorrow. So, happy days, innit? Valencia, Bailly, Jones, Blind at the back 4 for me. De Gea in goal. Matic, Herrera, Fellaini, Mickey, Rashford, and Lukaku. But I've been asking you guys, do you think Jose could start Martial, Rashford, and Lukaku? Because as I said, it'd be so cruel to drop Martial or Rashford for this game, because they are on absolute fire at the moment. So what do you guys think about that? Amin says, change it for God's sake. To change it, I've got to go onto Photoshop, get that back up, edit it, save it as a PNG, drop it back onto OBS, and then it'll appear there. That's just long, and it's going to be about 2 minutes of me looking away from the camera. Can't be arsed with doing that right now. I am going to Southampton, Keith. Thank you very much for asking. Jesse the Hitman. Martial was so good versus Burton, says Governor Bandicoot. Martial, Rashford, Lukaku, Pogba, before he got injured, Mickey, Mata, Lingard, they're all on fucking fire, mate. It's great to be a Manchester United fan at the moment. And I'm really looking forward to this game against Southampton at St Mary's, despite the fact we drew 0-0 there last time around. Although we did beat Southampton 2-0 at Old Trafford, 3-2 at Wembley. We drew 0-0 at St Mary's last season. And if I remember correctly, it was at the latter end of the season though. And I think we had kind of given up on the league at that point. But we go to Southampton in confident form, in a good form, in good momentum. But against Southampton side that have the ability, and they need a result as well, to pull off a shock and beat Manchester United. I am though going for a 2-1 victory. Guys, get your comments in below. Thank you for watching. Get your comments in below. Predictions, team predictions. Of course, download the Quiff app if you like. Download Volley. The link's in the description as well. And check out the podcast, United Road podcast. So plenty going on for you. I'll be back tomorrow with the live reaction from St Mary's when hopefully Manchester United have beaten Southampton. I'll be back on Sunday with the FIFA 18 launch party vlog featuring Alex Hunter, featuring Dele Alli, Lacazette, Cheeky Sport, featuring who else? Wretch32 was knocking about. I chatted to Troops, Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. Got loads coming for you this weekend. So make sure you keep it locked, subscribe, like and share. I've been AdamMcKola. Guess what? I'm out of here.